podcast.
Hey guys, welcome to The Community, a podcast that highlights the people, places, and events that make Louisa County special. My name is James Smith, and I'm happy to be joined here by two co-hosts. On my right, I have Madison Chandler, and on my left, I have Chrissy Miller. Chrissy, tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I am a mom of two girls. I do have one on the way, and I am born and raised in Louisa County and happy to be planting roots here.
Awesome. Madison?
My name is Madison Chandler, like you said. It's soon to be Madison Atkins, as I'm getting married in October. I love Louisa County. I came here when I was in third grade, so yeah, excited to be a part of this podcast.
Great, and congratulations to both of you all.
So now tell us about you, James.
Well,
Give us the real background.
I'm pretty much a lifelong resident of Louisa County. We moved here, my family moved here when I was 5 years old. Had the opportunity to, move away for college and then for some professional opportunities, but then eventually moved back, started a family. So this place has been my home for quite some time now, and I'm happy to be able to have this opportunity to really highlight what makes this county special.
So Madison, what do you hope our listeners will gain from listening to this podcast?
I hope they will gain a sense of community and belonging. We'll have a lot of people come on to this podcast showcasing what they have to say about parts of the community that others might not know about. So I hope that all brings everybody together.
Great. So Chrissy, tell me one event that you feel everyone should experience at least once.
And so that's a really hard one, though, because Louisa has so many wonderful events. A lot of the breweries put on events, Parks and Recs put on events, the fire departments do. But top tier, number one event, if I had to pick, would definitely be our Christmas festival. I just love the sense of community that it brings. I like that everybody's together. We're celebrating the holidays. There's shops. We're in the downtown district, so we're focusing on those Main Street businesses as well. And of course, Santa is there. So I love that.
Everybody loves Santa, right?
Yes, Santa and Mrs. Claus, because
Right.
we have the real deal in
That's
Louisa.
right. Very true.
Well, James, I have a question for you. What inspired you to start up this podcast?
I think as someone who can remember years ago thinking there was nothing to do in Louisa, and now knowing, having a position where we have the opportunity to put on events and work with others that have events, just to be able to create that awareness of what's available. Growing up, I always heard that, hey, there's nothing to do. But I'm in a position now where I have the opportunity to actually see what is going on. And there's a lot to do in Louisa. And I want to make sure the community is aware of what we have and, again, what really makes Louisa special.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of hidden gems in Louisa that just kind of need, some polishing, and then people know about them.
Yeah.
But we need to help bring that awareness, too.
Yep.
So Madison, talking about getting involved in the community, how do you get involved, and what would you recommend some of our listeners to do?
Well, getting involved in the community doesn't necessarily mean volunteering. I feel like a lot of people just think, I don't want to volunteer or things like that. I think sometimes it's just shopping locally, making sure that you're supporting our local businesses. And in that way, I feel like it supports the community in the most important way because, you're going to those shops and you're supporting the community that way.
Yes, funny story. I just came up from the pool, guys, and a local shop that used to be here in the county and just shut down, but she's remaining online. I just saw her dropping off some things for people who were at our pool. So I thought that was really cool because it's showing that community that business has brought and is still keeping, even though they're not here on Main Street anymore.
Yeah. And I think even like word of mouth, telling people about it, because there's a lot of things I didn't know until somebody told me. So I think marketing those local businesses to other people in the community also helps.
It's neat to hear those stories because it just kind of highlights, again, what we're all about in terms of the community piece. But Madison, tell me a little bit more. What makes Louisa feel like home to you?
I think it's the unity that Louisa brings, the people, the events. I think if you go to any of our events, you feel that community spirit. It's almost like a family, and I think that's what makes it feel like home. It's not home isn't necessarily a place. It's more the people that make it home.
I feel like that should be a quote, Madison. You ready to go ahead and sign off on it? All right, so James, what's one hidden gem in the county that you want to let our listeners know about?
Well, that's a good question because I feel like there's a lot of hidden gems in the county, and it kind of depends on what you're passionate about. You know, my wife and I, we have 2 dogs. When we go out, we want to go somewhere that's dog friendly, but we also want to go somewhere where we feel like we can enjoy ourselves as well. So one of the places that we do go often would be Lake Anna Tap House. And it's just an opportunity to get out and sit down and just kind of overlook the lake. I don't have has a boat, pretty expensive. Give me a call. I am interested. But again, just the opportunity that we have to be able to sit out, look over the lake, and just, enjoy that time together as husband and wife.
Oh, that's sweet. And you just recently celebrated an anniversary. Congrats.
We did. Yeah, 5 years.
Oh.
5 plus 29. Yeah. 34 years.
I love Lake Anna Tap House. And actually, Madison, you used to work at Lake Anna Tap House.
Yep, I used to work there. It was very exciting. Lots of people.
Yeah. And now they have that new pretty turf down there, so you don't have to worry about getting mud everywhere. Your kids can just play.
Yeah.
I know my kids love the Connect 4 that they have there.
There's lots of games there, and it's nice that you do get to pull your boat up. And not all breweries have that option, but that one does.
Yeah.
James, how do you hope the community podcast will encourage listeners to get involved in local initiatives?
Again, I think a big part of the initiatives is being able to share with people what's going on, and if we can bring that to their awareness, if we can let people know about some of the initiatives and what we're trying to do, it's only a positive for the community, and it's a positive for us as we try to create programs that make a difference as well.
Gotcha.
All right, Madison, I know I was looking at Facebook and I saw a picture of you doing an interview at a restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
So with that said, can you tell me, what is your favorite restaurant?
So the one I did an interview for was the Lion's Den, which they are very good. The little more on the expensive side for an everyday restaurant, or not everyday restaurant, but one you'd go to quite often. I would say El Gran Patron. It's by the lake. It's a Mexican restaurant on the lake. I like that the lake's there, and I like that you can see a view while you're eating. But I also like that it's only 2 minutes away from my house. That's great. But at first I was kind of not against it, but I was like, who would put a Mexican restaurant on the lake? Because I thought people would be hot, who would want to go eat Mexican? But I was completely wrong. It's very popular.
Never been out there, but I really want to try it. When they first came out, and showed all their menus, I saw the really pretty drinks that they made, and I was like, oh, I've got to try it. But yeah, I need to go out there.
Yeah, if you go in there, everybody's got a pretty drink.
Oh.
Yeah.
Everybody except you, right?
Yeah. Chrissy, share a memorable story about an experience you've had at Louisa County.
So, as you know, I'm a mom, so they all revolve around my kids, I'm sure. But a pretty significant, memorable experience I have is just watching my kids grow up. My oldest is 5 and just graduated preschool. She's about to start kindergarten, so even the little things she started summer camp last week and I got to drop her off, and just watching her grow and flourish in the community that I grew up in is so sentimental to me.
How has summer camp been for her?
She loves it. She did do a 9 to 12 program for preschool, so this has been a little bit of a change, but we're hoping that it helps her transition into kindergarten, the full 8 to 3 day. And she loves it. She's getting acclimated to her school. She tells me that she's a little bobcat, even though I'm pretty sure Mouse Knuckles is a fox. But it is what it is. So, James, you asked Madison about her favorite restaurant. Yes. I want to know your, must-see thing in Louisa County.
Wow, that's tough. Must-see, gosh. I don't know if it's must-see, but for me, what I really enjoy doing is actually going out again with my wife to different venues where we can just sit down and relax and kind of leave the work week behind us and sit out and just enjoy each other's company. The opportunity for us now to do that is a lot more greater, considering that, we don't have any kids in the house. We have 3 boys. They are all out of the state. So when we visit them, we enjoy that. But the time that we are together here is important to us as well. So it's really about, the opportunity we have to go out, relax, and just spend time together.
That's sweet. I hope my husband, after 20 plus years, still says the same thing.
What do you guys both think the biggest impact that this podcast could have on the community? other than just the fact that they can listen in? Like, we want it to be something deeper. So what do y'all think the bigger impact is?
We're hoping that people just love Louisa County as much as we do. A lot of people, like James said earlier, they're not sure what all Louisa County has to offer. I mean, I've talked to people even on the phone that are like, I didn't even know we had a pool here in Louisa County. And it's just nice getting to show them, like, we do have all these great things. They're just sometimes a little hidden. And that charm of that hidden is also great.
Yeah. Why do you think that people don't know about it? What do you think? Like, if you go to another county, do you think they have the same problem, or is there a bigger issue?
Again, I think it goes back to years of where people had a mindset, again, that there wasn't anything to do in the county.
Gotcha.
You know, and it's easy to say that. And when you have that mindset, you tend to go other places to look for your recreation or entertainment that's outside of the community. And what I hope this podcast will be able to do is really connect people with what's here. You know, if we can really shine a light on the venues, the restaurants, the places that are serving, you know, the community, and really highlight the fact that, you know, when we talk about the community, we really highlight, if you see the sign, that the you, because everybody here is part of the community, and we want to impact the residents, we want to impact the businesses. We want to be able to come together and really focus on building a community where we all are successful.
Gotcha.
Come on now.
Chrissy, what is your best place to unwind in Louisa County?
I am a huge homebody, so typically my home. But this week and the next upcoming weeks are pretty busy for me at work and personal life, kids in sports, workout classes, all the things. So I am treating myself to a spa appointment after work today at the new spa place in town, Rose and Yarrow. I'm really excited for that. So I would say that's probably my favorite unwind spot. But James, you know, we're talking about spas. I want to know, have you ever been?
I have not. My wife has, but I have not been, no.
Any like, do you feel like you're missing out?
I do not.
I do. Madison has never been to a spa.
Do you like a couples massage?
Possibly.
Okay, all right.
If there's a gun to my head. I'm not comfortable with that. And,
Yeah.
you know, I know it's something my wife does enjoy, and she's, you know, we'll go out and do that, whether we're on vacation or something like that, but.
They have a scalp massage too, I saw, and it can help your
hold on.
hair growth.
What are you trying to say? I think that's my time for that is past. I don't think I'll be able to. Well, if they can help my hair grow, I might give them a try. How about that?
What is a scalp massage?
It's I'm not really sure. I think it's like, I know I've seen videos on TikTok, but it's like water beams, and it's supposed to like help exfoliate your scalp and promote new growth, I guess. I don't know.
Like, why did you make that face when you looked at me like that?
Because the shininess is great.
It's the lights in here. That's what it is.
That's what it is, sure. You didn't spend an hour waxing your head before
Not
we came
today.
in here. Okay.
If you could make one dream event happen, what would you do?
This is so hard because I have thought about this. Obviously, I love event planning. And there's a lot of events that I wish that we had here and that hopefully we will have here one day. But I have a few, okay? I can't just pick one. I'm not that decisive yet. When I went to college, I was in Augusta County, and they have a Night to Shine, the Tim Tebow event. And I love that. That, like, touched my heart and soul. I'd love to do something like that here for Louisa County.
What is it?
It is a night, like a prom type of night for special needs children. Okay. And they can have a buddy, so a buddy's assigned to them, and they just have the night of their lives. Like, it's exactly like a prom, but for those individuals. So I'd love to do that. Another thing that I know James is over here picking at me all the time to do is a seafood and wine festival. James, if y'all don't know, loves seafood, and he wants a seafood and wine festival. And so I've been trying to toy around with locations for that. So if anybody has a great location idea, please reach out to me. But that is definitely another one that I'd love. I love crab. Like, if we could do a blue crab festival, I would be down for that.
Crab.
Yes.
No, I'm not a fish person. I don't think I've ever eaten crab.
Even crab? Like,
no.
come on, Madison.
No, actually, the only fish I can eat, which this sounds awful because everybody says it's fishier, is tuna fish. on like a sandwich, which sounds gross, but it's the only fish I
Like
can.
canned tuna fish?
Yeah. That's the only fish I can eat. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm down with that event, but
But Madison, you talked about an event earlier. Tell me what you would do.
okay. So I watched this show. It's called One Tree Hill, and it's an event where it's called a burning boat event or burning boat festival, and everybody brings things that they want to either forget or move past, and they put them on the boat, and then you burn the boat. I know that sounds crazy, but
No, but I've
was
seen things like that. Buffalo Wild Wings does something like that when, for Valentine's, you can burn a picture of your ex
oh,
and, like, get wings or
see, that's
something
what you
for
would put on the boat.
See, there you go. But I think that's a cool idea. It's definitely different and would probably really be a hit with the younger generation.
Yeah, but
So-
like, what about pollution? Like, how do you get all that stuff out of the water?
Well, maybe not at the lake.
What? But like, where would you put it? You would just burn the boat on the grass?
Or maybe not a boat. Just burn a picture or something.
Oh, okay, just like a bonfire. Hey,
Yes.
that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I think we should start with the picture first. And
Oh, okay.
maybe we
Work
can
our
work
way
our way
up
up
to
to
a
the
boat.
boat, but maybe not.
But then
so.
in the movie, they also had people that just brought trash to burn.
Okay.
So that might be an issue.
Can you tell me what movie this was that you were watching?
It was called One Tree Hill. It's a show.
It's a show.
It's a show.
Yeah.
It's been popular for a long time.
Yeah, let's say it's an old
You,
show.
yeah, I was
All
going
right,
to say.
so you all have to realize that there's 3 different generations here. And I'm probably the one that's most out of touch with some of those shows.
It was
and
actually
things
not
that
even
you all
in
may
my
be watching,
generation.
so-
It was definitely like mine or
I think it- yeah.
before me even.
Okay.
But
all
I
right.
watched it.
Yeah, I think a family
know
member
all
told me about it.
We did look up generations, guys. And James, do you want to share with them what your generation said?
Generation X,
Yep.
that's all I remember.
It was the stepchild because it was one of the generations that was often forgotten.
That's why I don't remember what it said.
Well, what do they say about your generation? Anything?
I don't remember what they said.
They say Gen Z is all like the phone, you
Yeah.
know, don't have any touch of reality, which, I mean, I guess I would say a lot of times is true. Or that social aspect
Yeah.
is a little bit
I think mine's like always challenging the new narratives.
They also said something about dogs for your generation.
Dogs.
Yeah, like people, not as many people in your generation had kids. Instead, they just had like dogs.
Yeah. Which, speaking of, we all have dogs. So, can we talk about a little bit about our dogs?
Sure.
My dog's name's Cooper. He's my favorite. I never knew I could love a dog so much.
Are you sure you're not a millennial?
No.
All right, James.
All right, well, I have 2 dogs. I have a 7-year-old Weimaraner and a Aussie Golden Doodle that's about 6 months now, named Blue.
And she is the sweetest. She got to come to work with you for a little bit, and she is the cutest little fluff ball in the whole wide world.
We should do a dog event. That's what we should do.
Hey,
We have a
that's
pooch
good.
plunge.
Oh, that's right.
But yeah, and some of the other organizations, CART does like a palooza, pet palooza in the summer too.
Yeah, I love when all the animal shelters come out to the events
Yeah.
that we do because I love seeing all the dogs.
I think you have several dogs too. You need to
I
tell the
do.
story behind them. And
Okay, so
talk
I
a little
have
bit about
I
them.
have 2 dogs. I have Winston, who has been with me since I was in high school. He got the pleasure of being in the vet class that we had at the high school. So I would drop him off when I would go to my other classes, and he would hang out there. And I have a German Shepherd. Her name is Jade, and she's the wimpiest German Shepherd you've ever met. And on the side, they're not dogs, but they're just as special to me. I have 10 chickens. And as soon as I come out my house, they come running to me because they think that I'm going to bring them a treat. So if anybody has watermelon or any fruits, veggies, they love that. So,
Interesting.
especially after like big events or cookouts, they know they're going to be eating real good.
So how'd you get into the chicken business?
I used to, like, when I was imagining who I would marry, I would always say I was going to marry a pilot that was also a farmer because I like to travel, but I wanted to have like a little small mini farm.
Okay.
And so my chickens were my start of my little mini farm series, and I love them. I think that's probably as far as I'll go with the mini farm. But yeah, we started with just baby chicks we got from Tractor Supply, and now James gets his eggs from my chickens.
So I went to somebody's house who I knew, and they had little chicks, and I fell in love with them. So my fiance's dad actually got little chicks, 4 black ones, just for me to watch them grow up. Because I always just thought chickens were ugly.
Yeah, you told me
Same
that mine
with-
were ugly.
Yeah, I told her yours were ugly, but also my fiance hunts too, and turkeys I feel like are the same way. And I refuse to have a turkey in my house because I just think they're so ugly. But now I've seen chickens grow up, and I have a different perspective. I've seen them grow up, so now I have a different love with chickens.
I think it's different when they're like yours because you've seen them like from little teeny babies. And
Yeah, but I
it
wish
looks
they
so
would. I
cute.
want them to stay that little. Same with little ducks. I wanted a duck so bad when I was a kid, but they don't stay that cute and tiny. Same with dogs.
Yeah.
And kids. I think everything should just stay that tiny.
All right, James, what's one big project in the county that you're really excited for?
So one big project that I'm excited for would be the skate park because I feel like it's something that the community has been asking for. We did have a skate park, I think, back in 2015. Because we needed to relocate another facility, we had to tear down the skate park. But now to have the opportunity to bring that back and give that back to the community. And it's surprising how many people, we think of skating being a younger generation type of sport. But, we had a small skate event here last year, as you remember, and we had a gentleman that was in his 60s that was out there skating. So I'm excited to be able to bring back skating, skate park, and just adding on to the recreational opportunities that are available here in Louisa.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I got to come out and see some of the skaters, and they're so excited and pumped. I mean, even before we've started the construction on the skate park, before that, they were out there practicing with their own skating equipment. And so it's exciting to see them get so excited. And they do videos all the time of themselves, so it's pretty cool. I didn't know that many people were into skating. I was never a skater, so I didn't really know about it. But it's nice. It's nice seeing them all get excited and rally over something that they like and enjoy. Bring it here.
Speaking of projects, that CTE building is also a big project that's coming along.
Yeah.
For Leadership Louisa, Bo Bundrick came in and talked about the CTE building, and I was like stunned at how awesome all that they're doing for the schools and what it's bringing to the schools.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I saw they broke ground on that a few weeks ago, and I think it's going to be great. I'm excited that my kids get to experience something like that from their school system.
Yeah, it really reflects the superintendent's model that Louisa leads first to be able to provide a facility like that, we always focus academics, but also there's skills and there's trades that if you can gain that as a youth, it'll help you be more successful and probably allow you to enter into a career a lot faster than, the normal way where you're 4 years of college.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And if you can find what you want to do early on, I think that's really awesome. A lot of people struggle figuring out what their passion is. And if you can find that out early on and not go through the struggle of trying to figure it out through jobs and being stuck at a job that you're just kind of there just because you need to be there, and finding a passion, I think, is really awesome. Or giving the opportunity to.
Wow. She kind of opened the door for a question that I would like to ask both of you all. What are you all passionate about?
So I'm passionate about kind of reaching people through media. It's not something that I thought I'd be passionate about, but it was kind of a God-given thing that I had a few people here show to me that allowed me to really express it. And I think that the digital part of things, my Gen Z era, being able to reach people that way is really awesome because we're in a time where a lot of people are kind of stuck to technology and their phones. So I think being able to connect in that way is really important in today's day and age.
Yeah. And you have been like a huge asset to us and other businesses, and events. So I think everybody's appreciating that Gen Z mentality you've got. I think that what I'm most passionate about is like seeing and continuing to help raise events and leaders in the community. I like that I get to work with a lot of entrepreneurs and small business owners and help them promote their businesses and see how we can all work together because at the end of the day, we're all neighbors. We know somebody who knows somebody, and right. I just want to see them all succeed and thrive.
Awesome.
Same question back to you.
So back to me. So what am I passionate about?
Dogs.
Dogs. Really about the opportunity just to impact people. Growing up in a small county like this, you get to know people and you interact with a lot of people. And for me, it was experiences I had as a youth where coaches were not just coaches, but they were mentors. They worked with me, but also if they thought I wasn't making good decisions, they were on the phone letting my parents know. So it was like, when you talk about one community, it was truly one community. And to know that the impact that the coaches had and people that mentored me, when I was a youth, I want to be able to give back. I want to be able to share with the youth, whether it's through programs or any opportunities that I have to be able to impact them. So my goal, is to be able to impact as many people as I can. So hopefully you all enjoyed the first episode of The Community, again, where we are all about making a difference in our community. Chrissy, I'm going to throw it to you.
Thanks, James. So I hope you enjoyed this first episode. Please like, subscribe, and share to some of your friends. We want to get to know them as much as y'all get to know us.
See you next time.